everyone, welcome back to Reasons for Roots. My name is Lauren and I'm a homeschool mom to 4 kiddos. One's graduated, one's in 12th grade, one's in 8th grade, and I have a 2nd grader with special needs. So you'll find a wide range of ages, but today I want to dive into extras. Okay, so I'm so thankful to live in the time that we do for homeschooling. We have so many opportunities and resources available to us as homeschoolers now, almost too much. So we can be overwhelmed very, very easily. And last year that happened to me. I actually overcommitted way more than I had realized I had. We got halfway through the year and we had to start cutting things, and it was exhausting and we were all tired. And so it's important to sit down, to gauge what your vision is for your homeschool, and then to go from there. So having children at different ages, different stages in life requires different needs for those children. So I have a high schooler, a middle schooler, and an early elementary child. And so all those children need different things and their personalities. Each child is a person born in the image of God, created differently, created uniquely. And so with that unique design that they have, they need special attention. There's different things that each child will need. And so you have to take in their personality, their interest, maybe if they're struggling with something, if they need some outside help, outside sources. So you have to take in a wide range of things when you sit down to see what exactly your vision is for each child and not just your homeschool. So before we dive into extras, we need to have a vision for our homeschool. We need to have a vision for each child. And then we can dive in to the extras and what all we're going to sign up for, okay? So for our homeschool, we have been a part of a great community for 4 or 5 years now. It is a co-op and they meet 45 minutes from our house. So it's quite a drive for us, but it's okay because we live in a very rural part of Alabama. And so I'm used to having to drive places. So that's just how it is when you live out in the country. You have to drive. And so we're used to that, we're accustomed to that, and that doesn't really bother us. So we've been a part of this co-op for about 5 years now. My oldest son graduated from there. They had a great graduation ceremony. They offer co-op classes and they offer sports. And the sports is the reason why we joined the co-op in the first place, because my second son, he loves sports. He loves basketball in particular. And so he's been on their basketball team for 5 years, and it has been a blessing. He has made so many friends, and he's gotten to have the creative outlet that he needs. Okay, so he is on the basketball team at that co-op, and through that basketball team we play different private schools in our area. So there's quite a bit of travel involved with that basketball team. He is also a part of their cross-country team. So he runs cross-country with them, and he plays basketball with them. But on top of the sports, they also offer classes on Fridays. So he has went to the classes all 5 years, and he loves the classes. They offer a good variety. They have a good homeschool or high school program, which it can be hard to find in the area we're in. So this co-op was such a blessing for us. So for him, he's always taking like good classes, good, like sturdy academic classes where he had homework and he had to study. Well, this year, him being his senior and having more than enough credits to graduate, he's dialing it back a little bit, and he's only taking one class, which is a history class. That's more laid back, no homework, kind of just a general history class. And then he will also have basically 2 PE classes, is what he's taking. So it's more of just a fun day for him this year at co-op, but he gets to hang out with his friends and enjoy his senior year. So he is class vice president, and so they are organizing all kinds of fun trips for the seniors to do together. They have a very well-formed group within that co-op, so they spend a lot of time together and they have fun. So that's his main thing, is that co-op in about 45 minutes from our house. He plays sports with them. He takes classes there. He has senior activities with them. And let's see. Oh, and he works. Okay, so his main other thing is working. So something I wasn't prepared for, that I knew especially my boys would want to get a job. Both my boys have had jobs and they love to work. My boys love to work, and I love that they love to work. But it can be hard juggling all the different things with a working child. Now, both my boys have worked for like independent businesses, not so much a chain. They've worked for independent businesses who work with their schedules very well. So my second son is working for a boat mechanic shop, and he is loving it. He's learning all kinds of hands-on, he's getting all kinds of hands-on experience. He's learning all kinds of things that will help him with his future. He plans on opening his own boats mechanic shop in the future. So this has been great for him to get his feet wet with that, and he's learning a lot. And to be honest, I'm counting that as a mechanic credit because he works almost 30 hours a week at that mechanic shop. So he's loving that. So for older children, just balancing the work and the fun in the school and all of the things can be hard, but just to make sure you keep your vision for your homeschool and for that child in mind when you're making decisions on how much they work and how much they're involved in other things. Okay, so for my 8th grader, she is not attending the co-op that he does on Fridays. The classes, they just didn't have a good choice for her this year. She just did not find any of the classes interesting. And to be honest, most of her friends don't attend that co-op. She has friends around our home, you know, and they're not so much plugged in there. So she did not want to go to that co-op. So her and my younger son are not attending that one. So it's just me and my older one going to the co-op on Fridays. But she will be doing a co-op that I have actually started for our area. It is a Charlotte Mason inspired enrichment co-op. So what we do is we do all the beauty subjects: poet study, composer study, hymn study, Bible, character study, and we also do apologetics for the older kids, and literature class and Shakespeare. So with that co-op, she will be doing that every other Thursday, and a good number of her friends are in that group, and she loves that co-op. So she'll be doing that. And for literature, they will be walking through the Pilgrim's Progress. They'll be doing a Shakespeare play, and they will be learning apologetics as well. So that is her main co-op, and me and her will also be going to community Bible study in our area. So community Bible study is a nationwide Bible study program. I'm sure you probably heard of it. This will be our first year we've ever done it. I haven't just been able to, and just praying about it and praying for the future and the vision of our co-op this year, I felt like it was a good year for me and her to go and to enjoy that together. And so we're going to do that together, community Bible study on Wednesdays. Her friends, my friends, there's a good group of people we love and adore that are going to be there with us. So I think she'll love that. So she's doing the Charlotte Mason co-op every other Thursday, community Bible study on Wednesdays, and then she also runs cross country with the same co-op my older son does. They're on the same cross country team, and she plays volleyball for that co-op. So you don't have to attend the classes to play the sports. So she's not attending the classes, she's just playing the sports. So she's really loving volleyball, and she's a very good runner. So that's what she has planned for her 8th grade year. And for my 2nd grader, so I am a huge, the older I get, let me rephrase this. The older I get and the more I see of how children develop is that the younger years really are let them play. Let them play, let them play. We don't have to schedule every minute for them. Let them be bored, let them go outside. So that is really my take on younger years. He does go to our Charlotte Mason co-op with us, and he loves that. And through our Charlotte Mason co-op, he will be doing a vet unit, and they do nature study. And I forgot to mention too, with my 8th grade daughter, we also do nature study. She'll do nature study with that co-op too, and my friend leads that, and she does a phenomenal job, much better than I can teach nature study. She does a great job with that. So nature study is covered through that co-op, and my younger son will be a part of that. And I have found that the every other week works very well for him, and that he's excited for it and he doesn't get tired of it. I don't get tired of it. It just keeps it fresh. So we'll be doing the Charlotte Mason co-op, and there are a few enrichment classes that a resource center from our area hosts that I have looked into for him. So I'm not real sure if we'll do those enrichment classes or not, but they're on the radar. And so that may sound like a lot, and I'll be honest, the fall part of our years are usually pretty crazy, especially with sports. But you have to guard your time, and you have to guard your home wisely, and you have, but not be scared to commit. And that has been kind of challenging for me this year, because I overcommitted so much last year. I did not want to overcommit this year. So you know your family, and you know your children. You know what your children need, and you know what your vision and the Lord's vision is for them. So just be wise in your decisions, pray it through, but don't make decisions out of fear. That's what I encourage you to do. Don't make a decision based on fear, that you're afraid they're going to miss out on something, or you're afraid that everybody else is doing it, so I better do it, or you're afraid they might be upset with you if you don't let them do something, or maybe you're just afraid to try new things. Maybe that's the fear. I've been there before myself, scared to join a new co-op. Don't let fear motivate your choices. So prayerfully decide what it is the Lord's vision for your homeschool is, and make the necessary steps to move that way. And I know it can be hard balancing all the different pieces. It is for me, especially since I have a special needs child who he physically, mentally, emotionally cannot go to that large co-op. He cannot sit there for 4 hours in a stone walls in a classroom. Like, he would go crazy, I would go crazy, and it would not work for us. And that is one reason why we homeschool. So it's to have choices. You have the choice to make, and what works for one child may not work for others. And so I have found the freedom in moving some pieces around, that we don't have to do everything together. Like, it's okay for the older kids to do some things by themselves, or for me and the older kids to do something by ourselves, or for me and the younger child just to do this. And so it's okay. It's okay for you to make your homeschool your own, and for you to own and drive your own schedule, okay? But I do encourage you, as we're seeing all the promotions for, this and this, and we can go a million different ways. But let's pause, reset, and think, does this align with my vision? And does this align with the vision for my child? And am I making this decision based on fear? That's a good question to ask. So what's your plans for the coming school year? Do you attend a co-op? Is your children in sports? I'd love to hear from you. Leave your comments below.